Hi guys, today I am doing a first impressions video of the Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge. Now, I have my Beauty Blender, which I am in love with, and then I also have the Sonia Kashuk, kind of not so dupe of that. And I've heard a lot of people talk about the Real Techniques Complexion Sponge. Now, I'm currently on kind of a no-buy. I haven't really bought any makeup in like 2.5 months, 2 months maybe. But I was ordering from Kohl's because you can get Real Techniques from Kohl's.com. Haven't seen it in my store yet, but you can buy Real Techniques from Kohl's.com. So I picked up my sponge when I was ordering things for Eric for his birthday, and this was like $6, so I just got it with like a 30% off coupon that I had in my entire purchase. So I picked that up. And I figured it just came in the mail today, so I will film a first impressions video for you. I'm not going to go through putting on my whole face of makeup, just because my battery kind of, I don't know if it's going to last through it, but this is what it looks like in the package. I popped out the little back thing so I can easily get it out, but that's what it looks like, in case you're looking for it. On the back it has the girls from Pixie Boo on it, and it tells you it's a 3-in-1 flat edge, colors around eyes and nose, side, blend large areas of face, and tip cover imperfections. It tells you kind of, you know, what to use it with, and yeah. So it just has the Pixie Boo Sam and Nick on it, and the front looks like this. I love a lot of Real Techniques brushes, so I'm kind of expecting this to be good, but I don't know if it's going to be as good as my Beauty Blender. So when you take it out, it comes, it looks like a little boat like that. It feels a lot denser than the Beauty Blender, because the Beauty Blender you can kind of squish, and this is a little bit denser. Obviously it's not the same color as a Beauty Blender, and it is different in shape. And my edges right over here looks like it was just cut, if you can see that a little over there. So that's it in comparison to size, and I am going to go wet these to see if they change. And just to let you guys know, this is me completely barefaced. I have moisturizer on, and that's it. I have like pimples and all the other stuff going on in my face today, so I apologize, but I wanted to show you guys my first impressions of this. So I'll be back after I wet these. Okay, so I have dampened these completely, and for those of you guys who don't know, the Beauty Blender does get bigger when you dampen it, and this one did too, which I'm really shocked about, because most dupes that I have, like the Sonia Kashuk ones, and they have one kind of similar like it that you can get at TJ Maxx, does not expand in size, and now that they're next to each other, like, it definitely did. I can put it in the little boat thing that it came with, and it's just, it definitely grew, if you guys can see, compared to the box in size. And now that it's damp, squishing it, it feels really similar to the Beauty Blender. So I'm going to put on my foundation right now. I'm going to push my hair back with one of these bad boys to get it out of my face. Okay, and I'm going to be using my Neutrogena Healthy Skin Liquid Makeup just to kind of put this on. And since I want to conserve my battery, I'm not going to show you guys putting it on in full. I might show like as I'm using it once I have it on and stuff, but I'm going to try to conserve my battery so I can get all this on film for you guys. So I'm just going to put my foundation on, and yeah. Okay, so I finished getting ready, and I put on all of my makeup. My eye makeup is really simple today, but that doesn't really matter, because what really matters is what I think of this after fully using it to apply my full face of makeup. You've seen little pieces of me putting it on. I showed you me, you know, stamping it on with the flat side. Now, most of the time people pick it up on the back of their hand with this and put it on, from what I've seen in other people's videos, but I usually put it on with a Q-tip, like just kind of cotton bud, whatever you want to call it, and put it on my face, and then I usually take this side of my Beauty Blender and kind of pounce it on like so. This, you're supposed to take it and pounce it like that, and this flat end is supposed to what gives you the perfect blend And it really does. I like the finish of using this to this. I mean, I still love my Beauty Blender, but I don't know. The only way I usually use my Beauty Blender is this end right here and this end. I don't usually use when most people kind of blend it this way with this. I don't really use that part. So back to the sponge. I like the pouncing of this. It feels really nice. It's really soft. Like, again, comparable to this, you can see. Now that it's wet, it's almost the same texture. So it's very, very soft, and I like the way that it blends my makeup. The pointed end, it's like, because it's orange, you can barely see. There you go. The pointed end is, you know, as far as pointed ends go compared to the Beauty Blender, it's pretty comparable. It's a little bit different, but it really does blend out my concealer the way I like to blend out my concealer. You know, kind of pouncing a little bit and, you know, blending it in. It works really, really nice for that. I did use this end just to set powder on, like, my little blemishes, and it worked really well for that, because that's usually what I use, like, one side of this for, is to set powder on, like, pimples, or if I'm using concealer under my eyes that I want to set it with a powder because it doesn't set that well. It works really well for that. All in all, for $6 for this, I think it's really, really nice and really worth it, opposed to the $19 for this. And it's even cheaper than the Sonia Kashuk one, which is like $9, which isn't even as good as it. But this is $19, which is what put me off buying it for so long, because it was $19 for a little sponge. I caved, I bought it. I love my Beauty Blender. Like, I feel like it completely changed the way I put on my makeup. But this, just off of first impressions, I can't really judge how long it lasts, because I've had my Beauty Blender for a while and it hasn't ripped or anything like that. But just based off of first impressions, I really like the way this feels. And I drop it. I like the way that it feels, and I like the way that it applies my makeup. And because it's $6, if it doesn't last as long as the Beauty Blender does, like maybe half the time, I can get basically 3 of these for like $1 more, or roughly around the same price as this one. So yeah, it's really cheaper. I mean, you can buy this at Ulta, you can get it at Kohl's.com, you can get it at I think some Walmarts carry Real Techniques brushes. I'm not really sure. I know some people are talking about Walmart carries Real Techniques brushes, but Real Techniques is a lot more, you can get it in more places now. The Beauty Blender, you can get it at Sephora, and my Sephora is either always out of stock, very rarely has it, and when I did have it, I grabbed it. So this bad boy is $6. If you can pick it up to try it, I highly suggest it. Just based off my first impressions, I really, really like this. Like, it works really well. And I used it with my normal foundation that I use my Beauty Blender with. I have a couple other foundations that I use it with, and that I use my Beauty Blender with, that I'm going to try this guy out with, so maybe it'll be, like, update what I think about it in my monthly favorites video, if it makes it into my monthly favorites video. But I really enjoy this sponge. It's really nice. So if you have a chance, check out the Real Techniques Miracle Complexion sponge. I think it's really nice, and you probably will too, because it's only $6, so why not try it out? So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please thumbs it up, and I will see you in my next video.